Good morning, YouTube. What's going on? It's Mesa back at it with some Destiny 2. All right, folks, we got a lot of stuff to cover in this video, including going fast. The 1.14 going fast update is here, and whoa, we have liftoff. Now, this is on console. This is not on PC. There was a skipped frame there for a second. Yeah, this is console. If you've seen clips of the Warlock and the Titan skating on PC from Fallout Plays and Esoteric, yeah, guys, everything is fast, but we're going to talk about kind of like the best setups and just feedback overall on how to go fast. Hunters, this is really not going to relate to you guys, okay? Kind of feel bad for the Hunters because the speed, in my opinion, really relates to the Titans and the Warlocks for this case. We also are going to talk about some weapons. One of them, I think, it wouldn't surprise me if it catches a nerf, but I'm going to argue that it shouldn't get a nerf. My new favorite pulse rifle. See, that's why I like when they change up these metas, because I am discovering new weapons that I never liked before, like the one you're seeing right here, and that is called the Darkest Before. We'll get into weapons in a bit, but let's go back and talk about speed. I'm going to link a video in the description from Fallout Plays. If you're not familiar with him, give him a sub. He's kind of like a scientist when it comes to just Destiny 2 in general, but I think more PvP stuff. He's actually from Brooklyn, too. He's not far away from me. Now, what he recorded was prior to this 1.1.4 going live, your character movement with just running, even jumping, well, for the most part, just movement speed in general, and did it really make a difference? Now, first off, in the comments section, sound off. Do you feel faster in PvE and in PvP? Now, prior to this update, I was annoying Voidwalker blink, right? That's all I would do is blink everywhere. But I do feel that now the Warlock, and even the Titan for that matter, feels somewhat closer to the speeds of Destiny 1. However, it all involves jumping. And I know this seems like a simple concept. I think we all kind of went into this thinking that our character movement would just be, okay, you'd maybe run faster, and there is some stuff in the patch notes that might lead you to believe that. And I do feel overall, maybe I do run a little faster, or maybe it's just a placebo effect, but the key is all about using your jumps. And I'm going to link again the patch notes in the description for 1.1.4, but all the speed comes from jumping. And it may sound like common sense, but if you look in the patch notes, that's where all the speed is. It's all in, I have them right in front of me, the strafe lift, the catapult lift for the Titan, the Warlock, all of the glides, strafe, burst, balance, they all got buffs in terms of speed. So if you want to go fast, again, sounds like common sense, but you want to constantly be kind of jumping all over the place. You know, don't try to run as much. You'll see in some of the gameplay, I try it, I forget at times, but if you want to get to places faster, just constantly be tapping that jump button, just doing little jumps here and there. Now, if you really want to maximize your speed and you're on a Warlock, well, actually, all right, if you're on any character and you want to go even faster, throw on Mida Multi-Tool, okay? You will notice a big difference, way bigger than you noticed when you just had Mida prior to this update. Another thing too, the transversive steps, okay? I'm not using them in this video here just because I love my Ophidian aspect, but when I threw Mida on and transversive steps, which gives you a boost to your sprinting, I was flying all over the map. But I wasn't using Mida so much as a weapon because I'm just loving this pulse rifle here, the Trials pulse rifle, which we'll talk about weapons in a little bit here. But combining Mida with transversive steps, you're going to be really fast, and you got to make sure you're constantly tapping that jump button. My Warlock feels really fast. I commented on Guardian Radio recently when I went back to D1 about a month ago to get some clips, and I jumped into some control matches. I was amazed at how fast my Warlock felt, not blinking, just using the regular glides. Well, in my humble opinion, with this update and just with constantly jumping and just doing little glides here and there, the Warlock feels closer to D1. Same thing with the Titan. That's the impression I'm getting. You sound off in the comment section. Do you agree or disagree, or what's your thoughts on the speed? Now, back to the Hunters, you know, their arc staff is much more viable in PvP. I'm getting killed by them more often, thank God, because I'm really sick of invisible Nightstalkers with their damn submachine guns. But, man, they definitely increased the speed of those Arc Striders. There were times where I used to be able to get away from them. Not anymore. They will waste me if they're 20 feet away. All they got to do is dodge, because if they keep dodging, most of the Arc Staff abilities are all buffed. I mean, they get to you really fast. The animations are quicker. You're not locked out of the animations before you can move or attack. Yeah, it's a really good super. Try it now instead of Nightstalker. You do us all a favor, because I can't stand Nightstalkers anymore. Now, let's talk about weapons. Now, the latest thing everyone's using, and everyone's either loving or they're complaining, and that's good old Vigilance Wing. So, Are they going to nerf it? Because they have a previous history of nerfing things that get overused. But if you think about their approach to this sandbox update, Josh Hamrick said, he kind of alluded to that back in the D1 days when things would become a problem, they usually got nerfed, right? So right now it was all about Uriel's origin story, the 450 round per minute auto rifle. So rather than giving them a nerf, and they did give them just a range nerf, but the base damage is still the same, and they're still good weapons, they brought everything up. Now, will they nerf Vigilance Wing? I don't think so. I think it should stay where it is. Right now, it's a 3-burst kill pretty much, and you don't need good aim for it, which of course, you guys all know me, I have horrible aim. But there are counters to it. So right now, what I find is that it's a 3-burst kill if you have good aim. You don't even need to get headshots because you've got 5 rounds in that burst. So just start laying it to someone. The vertical recoil pattern is going to kick straight up, so you'll get some criticals in there. And I did a video a long time ago showing off how mods work. And the only recoil you have with Vigilance Wing is that it goes straight up, and then it also wants to go to one of the sides. I forgot. It was a long time ago since I did that video. But if you throw on 2 mods that reduce kinetic recoil, that gets rid of any vertical recoil. So if you just can manage it, it's just going to kick straight up, but for the most part it'll even tone that a little bit down, but it's mainly there just to get rid of horizontal recoil. But to be frank, I don't want them to nerf it because I think there's plenty of counters to it. Right now, the fast firing pulse rifles like Autumn Wind, that's from the Crucible. You've got the Time War Inspire with Zen Moment. That's basically the same archetype, but with Zen Moment. And I'm just loving the Darkest Before. That's the Trials pulse rifle. That's full auto and very fast firing. So if someone's coming at you with Vigilance Wing, because it's firing a little bit slower, one, if you're good at jumping around and using that speed to your advantage, you can get out of the way before they can get that final burst off. Or 2, if you get into a one-on-one gunfight, if your aim is better than theirs, you can waste them with one of these types of pulse rifles. And yeah, everyone's saying that it's got the fastest time to kill. Right, yeah, fastest time to kill if they have good aim, if they're landing every single shot on you. But there's plenty of counters. You're going to be strafing. You're going to be moving around. You're going to be flinching them. So, you know what? I don't think they should do anything to Vigilance Wing. I think right now we're in a really good spot where the Vigilance Wing is fun. Many weapons are totally viable now. Everyone's not just running Uriel's, Prosecutor, Origin Story. It's not all auto rifles. And I am loving the speed right now. To me, the Crucible became a lot more fun. And I find myself, I don't want to play PvE as much. I want to jump into the Crucible with my friends or even just by myself. Lastly, let's talk about, will this update 1.1.4, will it bring everyone back who left the game? I've seen this consensus on Twitter a lot, and I agree with it. Basically, it's making it for the people who are playing the game right now and still enjoying it. We're enjoying it a lot more right now. Will it bring people back? Well, I think if they were really into the Crucible, you should give it a try. Jump in, just get used to it first. Don't play 2 to 3 games and hop out and I don't like this, I don't like that, I'm used to my Uriel's gift. Give it some time. Play a number of matches, see how it feels. Now, let's talk about the Nightfalls. Now, I've commented numerous times, I love doing the Nightfalls. I think the Nightfalls, they're challenging, as challenging as you want to make them. They're fun, and they're adding the strike-specific loot. Am I blown away by the rewards? Not particularly. I do want them. I love the new sniper rifle. The auto rifle and the hand cannon look very, very good on paper. But what I really think this whole update really, it's setting the tone. It's setting the pace for what's going to come in May, which is the next DLC. So some might argue, well, why not just throw all this on top of the next DLC? Guys, they don't have that. Time is not a luxury for them right now. They need to get some fixes in now, work out the bugs, so that when the next DLC hits, the next DLC should be in a really good spot. We're going to have a new Crucible. Well, the Crucible feels new now. Hopefully we'll have new Crucible maps, maybe even a new Crucible game mode, or please bring back a Rift. Hopefully some new strikes, new stories. Everything has changed in terms of your speed, weapon damages, and tons in PvE. Lots of PvE changes. So I think we're in a really good spot that 1.1.4 brings a lot of quality of life changes, I would say. Mechanics, weapon buffs, everything. And I think that when you drop new content, here we go, I know glass half full, but it's the end of the video, so I'm babbling. Mr. Glass half full here, but you throw everything that they took with 1.1.4, and then you throw on top of that new content, new story, new patrollable area, and I hope it's bigger than what came with Curse of Osiris, new strikes, new PvP maps, and hopefully they'll bring a new game mode. But we have all of April to fiddle around with everything, give them feedback of what we like and what we don't like, and I think we're going to be in a good position when this new DLC comes out. It's not going to be the TTKing of Destiny 2. I think more than likely we'll have to wait until the fall or when the big expansion comes later on in the year, but let's just set our expectations accordingly. We've got a lot of good changes in this update, and you throw in new content, I think we're going to have a really good time in May. That's it, guys. Leave me a hashtag made it to the end. If you did make it to the end, then do me a favor. Drop a like in this video, only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter, @MesaSean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube. And that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.